What is going on, everybody? It's your guy Max Ray. Today I wanted to show you what my streaming setup looks like. I got multiple cameras going, display captures, I got multiple sources of audio, and I'm capturing them all individually so I can mix things properly later, I can edit things properly later, and it's just a great way to live stream and then still maintain that flexibility for a great edit afterwards. As we are an audio channel, we're going to focus on the audio first. The way I'm getting this done is I have an RME FX3, which has TotalMix, which is a super powerful mixer that can route your audio in all sorts of creative ways inside your computer. Then I have Ableton, my DAW of choice. And then we're going into OBS, which is also recording multiple tracks of audio simultaneously. My microphone is here going into analog 1, and then I have it routing to ADAT1 inside TotalMix here by clicking on ADAT1 here and then raising this volume. And this is getting the raw signal with nothing on it going straight into OBS, and it's going into this mic aux here. You hit advanced audio properties and you can see that this mic aux is going to track 2, mic is in mono. And then if you go to the regular properties, you'll see that it's just picking up ADAT1 here. Channel 2 I have none because this is in mono. Now that's just getting my raw signal, and I have a few fans on here keeping these Sony cameras cool because they get really hot and overheat and shut off. So I actually need fans in here, but I don't like the noise they make. So I have a gate on my voice, and I put the gate on in Ableton. So let's go back over to Ableton. This is also taking input 1, but instead of having it going to the main out of Ableton here, I have it going to an external out going to number 16. And what number 16 corresponds to is ADAT2. We come back over here to TotalMix. You'll see that ADAT2 is lighting up right now. And then I come down here to ADAT2 and I make sure that this is raised, because if it's not, you won't hear it. And then I make sure that I hit loop back here. This is a very important part in TotalMix and a really great tool that allows the audio to loop back into itself so you can pick it up with other programs inside your computer. For example, OBS. Let's go back to OBS and you'll see that I have something called gated mic right here. If we look at the gated mic and we look at the properties, it's getting ADAT2 right here. And once again, I also made this mono. If you go to advanced properties, you'll see I have the gated mic is in mono. And then I have this going to audio track 3, but it's also going to audio track 1 because I want you guys to hear when I'm live streaming, I want you to hear audio track 1. So anything going to audio track 1, you guys are hearing. The reason why I'm not sending my original mic signal is because it doesn't have a gate on it and you guys are going to hear the fans. But we might need that in case the gate cuts me off and we need that original audio. That's why we're separating it out into multiple audio tracks, one with a gate and one without a gate. And like I said, the live stream is getting the gated audio so you guys hear my crisp voice without annoying fan noise. And I can play some fan noise now. Now let's take a look how the music is getting through. I just wrote a quick bass line here just to show you guys something. I'm making a video comparing both Akai MK Minis here. I got the MK3 here on my right and the MK4 on my left, and that video is coming out soon. We got the music. Let's go ahead and loop this section. This is just going to my main out in Ableton. How I have it set up is that AES is listening to 1 and 2 right here. If I turn this down, you won't hear it. Nothing's going into AES, but if I turn it up, AES is getting fed audio through the analog 1 and 2 output. And then once again, it's very important to put loop back on. That allows it to feed into OBS. We'll come to OBS. We'll take a look at the AES audio input I created over here. You'll see we have AES left and right because this is a stereo track. This is music. You need both. Then we'll come to advanced audio properties. You can see that this is going to track 1, which is going to be the live stream so you guys can hear me. And then it's going to track 4 so that it can be recorded in a separate track so I can mix everything later. Now it's important to get the preferences right as well inside of OBS. You're going to want to come to the output section, go to recording, and then make sure that you have the audio track selected that you want to record. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 recording. Now when I stop recording and I drag the video file into DaVinci, you'll see all the separate audio tracks there. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to hit stop recording now, and then I'll start recording again in a minute. Cut! I just drug the video file into DaVinci Resolve, and look at this, we got all these different audio tracks. Let's take a listen to each one. Raw signal with nothing on it. And that is the stream. So if you listen here, you should hear my voice. I have it soloed. You should hear the music and my voice. This audio. We'll take a look at the AES audio input there. So that's everything. So we're going to listen to track number 2, which is just my mic input without any processing on it. Flexibility for a great edit afterwards. But as I turn it up, you can hear the fan noise. Now let's take a listen to track number 3, which is going to be my mic recorded with the audio gate on, so you shouldn't hear any fan noise. That flexibility for a great edit afterwards. the gate cuts it out. And that's what you guys are going to hear too in the stream. As you can see in this music track, there's nothing going on because I was talking in the beginning. There wasn't any music until I start playing this bass line. Now you're hearing just the music without any talking. And look, we'll go to a section where I should be talking. You see my lips moving? All you hear is music. Now we have total control over these audio tracks when we're editing a video. If I played something bad on the keyboard, I could just take it out and we could just listen to me talk. Or if I'm fumbling around with my words, but I'm playing something cool musically, we can then take out my words and let the music play alone. Not only that, but I also did something similar with the video sources. So we have multiple video sources going at the same time as well. That gives us all the flexibility and control we could ever ask for in an edit. Let me show you guys how that's done, the video portion. So it's done with this plugin called SourceRecord. You guys got to check it out and install it. I highly recommend it. I have a few different sources here. I have my Sony ZV-E1, I have my Sony A6700, and then I just have a display capture here that's just capturing my display. On each of these, I put an instance of SourceRecord. So let's look at the display first. We'll go to Filters. SourceRecord's the plugin here. I have it recording in MOV, but some people prefer MKV because I believe it might be safer if something crashes. And then I'm using the hardware encoder. I got a MacBook M3 Max. We're putting that to good use with the hardware encoder. And then a really important piece here is that the only way this was able to work for me is if I put everything into ProRes 422. I tried recording multiple sources in different video formats and it was too much for my computer to handle. But Apple ProRes allows you to record multiple sources because it's so light on the computer's processing power. Now it does create a larger file, which is kind of a pain. But it allows the computer the bandwidth to be able to record multiple high quality sources at the same time. And this is recording in 4K, by the way, as well. Then we'll go over to the ZV-E1, we'll go to filters, we'll check out SourceRecord. It basically has all the same settings here. Same thing for the A6700. Check out SourceRecord, all the same stuff going on. Also, you're going to want to make sure you have ProRes set up in your OBS general preferences as well. Come over here to preferences, you go to output, you go to the recording tab. I have it as ProRes 422 once again. In SourceRecord, you can tell it where to save these files to. So now we're going to come over here into the SourceRecord folder I have ready to go. We're going to see all these different video files. These are the last videos I did. The A67 is actually upside down, but I flip it right side up for the stream. This is recording the whole time. Here's the ZV-E1 recording my whole room here in 4K. Great quality, which gives us a lot of control in our edits for zooming in and out and making it look great when we actually polish up a video. We got the display capture ready to go, showing us everything we want to see on the computer, and we can edit these in later. That's really the basics and the most important pieces of how I have my live stream set up to give you guys a great live stream and record everything separately so I have a lot of flexibility in editing later. I might have missed a couple steps along the way. There's a lot of moving parts here and I actually spent quite a while figuring all this stuff out. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments and I'll see if I can answer. Hopefully this can help you guys out when you're doing your live stream and you want to record all your sources separately to have a lot of power, control, and flexibility in your edit later. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.